Hey, what is up, guys? Kevin here with P.O.G, and it's been a while since I've actually even voiced over any of these. So, yeah, we got Leopard Loop, as the video title says. Sure. um, so it's kind of nice because today we didn't have too many people, so that didn't have to experience this BS. So if you don't know, Leopard Loop is another degenerate card. Thanks, Sayo and Co. Thanks, Bandai, for not banning this. Yeah, a lot of fun. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So yeah, I start off. We're here playing against the ghost deck, and it's all right. This is what it's supposed to do. First turn, obviously setting up so I can get some memory back. Um, Lunamon's still very strong. Go ahead and go into the red level 4 there. Grab some cards, stick stuff underneath. You know the whole deal. Gain 2, affect Sunmon, pay for 1, draw a card, draw another card, gain a memory. It's all the basic stuff. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this play. I'm not going to commentate too much over this. I don't really think there's a point. I think a lot of people know how Galaxy works in general. And then it's just another stop along the way for Galaxy. As you can see, I've already got a lot of hand advantage here just from drawing cards and the extra card off of the what's his name, the Galgamon. Which is cool. I always enjoy that, being able to just get a whole bunch of cards off of Galaxy, and I think that's one of the really great things about the deck that a lot of people enjoy, is just being able to gather so much hand advantage so early into the game. We go over here and obviously Evolve Rookie, doing the same Lunamon shenanigans here, so that way we can play a tamer for free. This was a mistake. And then obviously going in here to stun, discarding the card, saying, "Hey, you can't suspend this during the next turn." I think it's really great. I kind of forgot that for the most part, there would be times where my opponent only has one tamer in play. Like you're gonna see here, one Digimon in play, where you're gonna see here that if I go into another Crescimon, I don't know if I do or not. I don't remember these games. I'm watching them for the first time. No, I swing with jamming. So, but I forget that it stuns tamers too, which is cool. It can be useful. But yeah, going for more stuff here. Just more card advantage. Yeah, it's really good. One of the really nice things about playing this deck, in Galaxy in general, is what the opponent's playing doesn't really matter too much. Like, I didn't really understand what my opponent was doing this whole time. It is what it is. I know that they get to attack at the end of the turn, but oh well, it's kind of cool. So here he tries to do that, but it's stunned, so he can't. So yeah, that's the end of that portion. Again, basic stuff. Start at 3, gain 2, gain 1 more, go to 6, pay 2. Whatever. It's really good. Just being able to cycle through the effects multiple times is very nice. I know I keep saying that over and over, but it's the truth. It's what it is, So this is a fun play that I really enjoy, and just being able to go into different things. So obviously we go into Digimon here for free by tapping the Ko and Sayo, and then taking the rookie and tucking it underneath the level 2, allowing us to play something else. And I find myself doing this a lot just because it's really good to get into your top end really easily, and I'm sure everybody knows that plays Galaxy stuff in general, so it's not a big surprise there. But yeah, I go into Invisimon here just to be able to start seeing what my opponent has, and what I'm swinging into. And you'll notice that a lot of this, I'm gonna forget to do the last part of the Invisimon effect of on playing on Digivolve, which basically says delete something with one or less sources, and it's Digi-Evolution sources. I forget that a lot until I want to say the second game that we go over. If not, it might be this game, the second game of this match, but I forget that a lot. But it is what it is. I don't think it really changes too much. Here, I thought this was pretty cool. Seeing my opponent go into the old Chimeramon from BT8, and being able to just delete stuff in general, and getting around that stun portion. It's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it. Um, but I'm glad that he did. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And he pulls that Chimeramon out a good bit. I don't know how many he plays, but it's a good bit. I saw that Chimeramon a lot during our match, or it felt like a lot at least. So, as you can see, a very big hand that I have there. It's good to have that big of a hand, to have all those resources to decide what to do with doing your next turn. But yeah, he's doing his best to set up a counteroffensive here, and moving forward with what is the best line of action. I don't remember him ever misplaying anything in our match. I remember it being very very good. So see here, I play Invisimon. I forget to destroy something, right? I remember to tell him to put something, reveals the top card of his security, but I keep forgetting to delete stuff, which maybe we'll have a counter or something. I don't know. Nah, we won't have a counter, but that's two so far that I've forgotten to delete. Oops, don't be like me, guys. Read your cards every time, even if you think you know what they do. Because I thought I did. But yeah, again, not bad. I think Invisimon is, even though the main point of his deck is to do the loop, I think it's really nice to be able to just swing at stuff throughout the game with something like Invisimon or Mirage Galgamon, or if you decide to play it, the level 6 for the top end of Galaxy. Dynamon. I don't know why I couldn't think of Dynamon. That's funny. But yeah, you see me sitting here with Rookie. It's actually a level 4 in back row, and the Coronamon sitting there, and I'm pretty sure this gets destroyed when I play it. But I was like, I just gotta play something, I guess. There's so many cards in hand, and then eventually at the end of the game, you have the ability to play, if you have the Leopard loop out, to go into Paladin mode Ace. And so the more cards you can have in your trash to bounce to the bottom of your deck, the better. So I'm not really too concerned about that right now. So I mean, throwing them out as fodder isn't the craziest thing to do. I don't really like losing it because it gives me extra memory, but I mean, if I can, then I will, whatever. But yeah, I think we only had 6 people at this event today, and it was 2 rounds, I think is what we did. So, again, take this with a grain of salt. Yeah, as you can see here, he swings into a fireball. I mean, he doesn't have anything to delete, so I'm going to get to draw 2 cards. Like, that's crazy to be able to just draw 2 more cards. Maybe you draw the out that you really needed to. It's cool to get to remove like floodgates too. I think that's awesome. Being able to remove floodgates is pretty dang cool, because your deck revolves around gaining memory off of Digimon and not necessarily the tamer so much. I mean, the Sayo and Code does allow you to, but let's be honest, majority of your memory gain in this deck is going to come from your Digimon. So, being able to remove stuff like that, it's really good. Um, there you can see I de-digivolved, but I didn't delete. I don't think I might have, but I should do better at reading my cards. From here, I don't think there was too much that I had to do. I think you're going to see the, I don't know if it's this game you see the Paladin mode ace, but I noticed he's got enough stuff on board that I can just start swinging for the fences. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not too concerned about this deck and what quote unquote security bombs it has, if it has any. Oh no, I don't even do that. I probably should have, but no, yeah, I don't even use the Ko and Sayo to get it a free Digivolve. I just kind of cry, I guess, yeah, because I had enough memory. No, yeah, so we bottom deck, unsuspend, swing again, bottom deck, unsuspend, and then swing for game. So yeah, that was game one. No Leopard loop. Sorry, keep watching. we'll get to it eventually. I promise. All right, yeah. So now in game two, I don't remember. I believe he really did want to go first. So it was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll take second. Sweet, draw cards. Draw cards. So not bad. I know a lot of people dislike decks like this, but I do think it's important that people find these decks and go, hey, this could be a problem, because a lot of those people aren't doing it for negative reasons. Just like in the same way, I'm not playing this deck for the negative reasons. I'm playing to bring proof of concept that it is a viable deck, that you can play it, that you can do well with it, and it's not just some one-off gimmick. Because if it doesn't get hit, then it becomes, because it slips under the radar, then it becomes an actual problem, and we got to deal with it until the actual next ban list comes out, and that's not fun. Nobody wants to do that. So it's like shedding the harsh light on everything, to be able to bring it to the forefront of Bandai's attention. I'm not saying Bandai watches my videos, but the more people are talking about the deck, the better that it is for everybody. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's not a fair deck. It's not a fun deck to play against. It's not fun to watch your opponent sit there and play solitaire by themselves, while you get to twiddle your thumbs and you get to sit in the cuck seat, saying, oh no, yeah, watch me play, while you get to sit there and do nothing. Nobody wants to play against that. Nobody thinks it's fun. I think it's funny, but I don't think it's fun. To be completely honest with you, a lot of people saw this deck and said, "Hey, if I have a memory tamer, this deck can't do anything to me." And that was kind of a bad way to look at things, because it just takes 2 Leopardmons. And I mean, like I said, if you have 4 memory, which isn't hard to do in this type of deck, you just hard slam it, and guess what? Now you're set up for the loop. There's the loop. So we're going to see a semi-loop here, or how the loop works. For those of you that don't know, the Sayo and Ko allows you to play a tamer. And so, okay, I want to talk about this here. So, when we get to the loop, what it does, the Sayo and Ko allows you to play out the Ludomon. The Ludomon plays itself. It goes on play, tuck underneath the Coronamon, looks at the top card, adds it to your hand, and then the Coronamon is going to go, oh, okay, something left the field on our side of the field, gain 2 memory. And so what I was doing here, my opponent was like, oh, I go to 3. I was like, no, you already went to 3. So you're going to be at 1, and then your other Violet in Boots is going to give you 1 memory, so you're going to go to 2. So make sure that your opponent doesn't go to 3, because they've already gone to 3 as their start of turn effect. And now your start of turn effect says, hey, guess what? I'm going to put you back down to 1 at least. So it is kind of a counter for memory tamers, and the fact that they're not actually going to 3, they're going to 1. So I mean, it's not bad if you don't loop, but it's better to loop if you're playing this deck. So yeah. So yeah, we see him here playing and deciding his plays. Or I think he might have actually already passed turn. I wasn't really paying attention, especially with the video sped up the way that it is. Yeah, I think it's my turn. So yeah, I do decide to evolve a Ludomon back there, which is not what you want to do, but in hard pressed times, it's sometimes what you gotta do. I find myself hard playing this and just going, all right, go ahead. I don't really care anymore. Just so that way, if he deletes it, I'm gonna be getting 2 memory, and I think maybe he did grasp it and he just didn't care. But you're gonna see this happen a lot, where he's going to play certain things that destroy my lowest level, and it's just gonna net me 2 memory for no reason. So that's cool, I guess. Like here, so he deletes. He says, I got effects. I say, hey, this is a derivative effect. I'm going to go ahead and gain my memory. You can swing. That's cool. And he goes, okay, it dies. I go, sweet. That's awesome. You really don't have much control on what your opponent does on their turn. Like some decks do. This one really doesn't, outside of stunning stuff with the Crescimon, but that's all you really need, right? So we see me struggle here for a bit in finding really what I need, what I would just love to have. So here I'm going to go ahead and hard play another Leopard, play out a thing, say go ahead. I don't have the ability to loop because I just can't find a Coronamon, which sucks. But here we are. Everything has blocker. Yippee. And that is something that I really enjoy about Leopardmon also. It just kind of gives everything blocker. And it's level 3 or higher. And it's a global effect, so it doesn't really matter if the Leopardmon is removed. It kind of just gives it to everything. It gives it like a tag, more or less. So we see me just kind of like watch him build this like pretty big board, and he's still at 5 security, and that's what kind of has me like, I don't know if I can deal with this at the moment. He says, all right, I'm gonna swing. I said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and block both of the Leopard's trigger. And he goes, okay, cool, I have execute. All right, whatever. It dies. So yeah, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. I move up that the gouge just to let them see that it's there. I don't like hiding my cards from my opponent because I don't want to have anybody, whether they do it or not, be like, hey, I didn't know that was there. You were hiding it. I'm like, no. I decide that I was going to do this, and then he says, oh, I have this thing where if you evolve with effect, I believe it de-digivolves. And I go, oh, okay, shoot. Yeah, no, never mind. And he was cool with it, so it wasn't a big deal. So I had to sit there and be like, oh, how do I get around this? How do I mess with this, you know? Because I could do the same thing and go into, I believe I already have Paladin Mode Ace in hand. But again, that's digivolving. He could just de-digivolve it. I lose 5 memory for what? You know, that doesn't make any sense. But then I remember, oh hey, I can do this and de-digivolve with the Invisimon. Why I don't de-digivolve the other thing, I don't know. Make it make sense. I couldn't tell you, to be quite frank with you, man. Yeah. Worst part is I'm not able to swing with the Invisimon either, just because I don't have enough memory, right? So sitting here watching him play, watching him do his shenanigans. I don't have blocker on anything. I'm surprised he didn't just swing. Cool for me though, you know. He goes, all right, delete the lowest level. I go, oh, okay, you get to choose what you want to delete. Says, I'm gonna go ahead and delete the Leopardmon, the original Leopardmon. And he goes, oh, okay, I'm gonna swing. He literally could have just swung and won the game. It wasn't that serious. Nothing had blocker, so yeah. Kind of a misplay on his part, I guess, on that. But I can understand getting blindsided with what your deck does and wanting to do just regular shenanigans stuff. But it is what it is. I go to 3, I draw my card for my turn. I'm sitting there looking, going, how do I do this? And I think this is my one misplay of the day, and I'm sure people are going to catch it and go, oh, wait a minute. I realized once I was watching this back, you're going to see here that I eventually go into... Oh, never mind. Hold on. I'm going to go into Leopardmon, put Ludo. Ludo reveals both the Leopards are going to go, hey, something left the field. So yeah, start a turn. Guess what happens? Yoink, yoink. Here's the loop. Puts me to 1. It's my turn again. I go to 3, draw a card. Wow, this is fair, guys. This is so fair. But here's the loop. Yoink back under. I'm gonna play the thing because it's funny. Instead of adding it to my hand, it's my turn again. I go to 3. This is awesome, guys. That puts me up there. Puts me even more with the Leopardmons on my turn effect. Oh, look, another leopard, guys. So yeah, I mean, it's not fun to watch. Even watching this, it's cool to see all the bodies amass on the board, but my god. I probably could have looped one more time here, but I don't know if I do. I think I realize how low I am, so yeah, I decided to do this. And here's the misplay that neither of us caught. He didn't de-digivolve anything, and that is mandatory. I don't know whether it's because he didn't know it was a digivolve by an effect, or if, you know, what happened there, or he just didn't care. He was already tired of this. Whatever the answer is, it's pretty funny. I decided to go into another Paladin mode ace here because haha, but no, it's not haha. It's so that way his stuff goes to the bottom of his deck. He's not playing anything else off of the top option card there for the ghost deck that he has. So like last time, we're going swing, bouncing, 1 check, can't play anything, swing, bouncing, unsuspend, 1 check, nothing, swing, bouncing, unsuspend, 1 check, nothing, swing again, bounce, unsuspend, nothing's there, swing, and then well, he gets to play. I forget. At this point though, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, and then we go swing for game, and that's match 1. Yeah, so we had the second and final match of the day. Got to play against a really fun deck, Chimeramon Soup, or DM Chimeramon, whichever you prefer. Doesn't really matter to me. The deck's really fun. So played the deck, I played against the deck. Always a good time to play against DM Chimeramon. So yeah. So he takes his first turn just playing the analog man. Really smart, because that's the first thing that you should do against Leopard Loop or Leopard Walk or whatever the heck you want to call it. You should definitely establish a memory tamer. It's the best play that you can possibly make here. So I remember in this I was kind of missing cards, but this is probably one of my favorites. Going into Lekismon, playing a tamer, Fofui, uh, and then going straight into Crestmon. Great plays. I mean, what else do you want from this deck? It does what it's supposed to do here. Go ahead and put him to 3. So yeah, go ahead, man. What you got? And I think he said this hand wasn't the best. It was playable, but it wasn't the best. But I got him to keep the hand by saying, "No balls, you won't." To which he kept the hand. But yeah, it's he's gonna go ahead and start removing stuff. So he removes the Sunmon, he removes the Chronomon, and the Lekismon. So all I got now is the ability to, have 2,000 plus DP on my Crescimon. That's it. It's not bad. It's not good. It just is. So we go for our turn. We flip. We evolve to a Lunamon there. Take the time. I literally sat there reading my cards, which is what you should do. Read your cards. I think I was missing some stuff, so I decided, I'm just going to Ace now and get it over with and play a Coronamon and alter Coronamon. And then what do? Do I have a way to play everything? No, I don't. Okay, cool. I'm supposed to gain memory there. I think I did, but it doesn't matter because you got a memory tamer anyways. Who cares? And then I don't have the blue tamer set up, and I realized that and I was like, oh, well, this sucks, you know. So make sure you have all your pieces before you commit to things. I was pretty okay with not being able to loop. I knew I wasn't going to be able to loop, but I forgot I didn't have the tamer to even facilitate that in the first place, so it wouldn't even matter. But I don't think I was looking to loop anyways. So we lose this memory. We lose this Digimon. We gain the memory off of the Leopard. Put stuff back. Gain 2 Leopard. Gain 2 more during our turn. Play Leopard. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's loop. You get to watch me loop for a bit. Very fun. Very fun. Go to 3. I have stuff. Go to 1. I go to 1. Gain 1. Gain 1. Gain 2. Gain 4. I think I'm at 9 now. Yeah. So, and you just play bodies out. Why not? Just play bodies. Call it a day. Say, hey, guess what? Loop again. Ludo, look at top card, add to hand, gain 4 memory, go to 3, draw, gain 3 off of Coronamon, effect, gain 2, effect, go to 10 with Leopardmon. You literally sit there just going leopard, 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 leopard. So yeah, I don't know how many times today, or that I've said leopard, while I was playing, but Jesus Christ, it's too many. How many other times it was way too many. More than once was way too many. But yeah, that's how the loop goes. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Digimon, because we can. Wow. So yeah, like I said, the deck's a lot of fun when you get to pull it off. Even when you don't, it's still a lot of fun. You don't need this as a card to exist. The loop, the deck, you don't need the deck to exist. It's too much. There's no reason for it. There's a point where I just sit there going, oh, okay, cool, I should probably just swing instead of keep doing this. You saw someone else touch my deck and go, well, what do you do when this runs out? You almost run out. You just go into Paladin mode Ace. Yeah, so you don't really run out of cards. I do like the other variants of this deck that play things like Apocalypse and or Lucamon Satan mode, because Pokemon, that's a different win condition. You don't have to swing at your opponent's deck. Your opponent's stacks over there. You just have to swing at nothing and let the Pokemon deck them out. That's very slow. It's not very good. Satan mode's very, very good because it's just end of turn every turn. Go ahead and trash your opponent's top security card. Don't have to check, don't have to do any of that, it just trashes. Very good. But yeah, again, you see the common, swing with Paladin Ace. Here he gained a memory off of the protein. I said, no, I want to stay at 10. And I played the one of Hammer Spark, and that was hilarious. So yeah, good times. So that's game one. Pretty simple. I'll see you in the next game. Things actually get pretty fun. So yeah, game two. Not my best moment. I have mulliganed a lot of stuff away. I shouldn't have mulliganed this hand away. My biggest flaw as a Digimon player is mulliganing away hands that I don't need to mulligan away. Go figure. Because the opening hand that I get here is just, it's hot garbage. I get 3 Ludomon in my opening hand, and it hurts. Now, what's nice is the opponent didn't really get the most amazing hand, but they got a hand that was playable, and it allowed me to lose. I'm just gonna spoil it right now. I lose this because I was dumb and mulliganed away a really good hand. So not really good is very not right. It's very untrue. But it was a playable hand. It was like 3 Chronomon, it was 1 Lunamon, and it was at least a Fireball so I could draw cards. I unfortunately mulliganed that away and got 3 Ludomon instead for my troubles. Go figure. But yeah, we can see he has the Analog Man 2 games in a row. Tough break for us. Whoopsie. Yeah. It's not good for us because it forces us to not only set up all the pieces that we need outside of Leopardmon, but then have 2 Leopardmon, 1 extra Leopardmon, versus when the opponent doesn't have any memory setters on field. But no, yeah, it's not bad, but he gets off to a pretty quick start there, going straight into the Skull Greymon. He's getting there. He's doing what the deck does best as Chimeramon soup. It's a very hard time because I had to sit there and just chip away. Because if I don't, I'll be behind, and I probably should have started chipping earlier. But it is what it is. So I sit here and I play the Red Tamer. I don't want to be choked anymore. I got both my Tamers set up, which is nice. I was worried here. I said, man, if he really destroys this Lekismon, I don't have nothing. But thankfully he swings into the security instead, which I'm glad he did, or else I would have been even further behind, and this game probably would have been over a lot sooner. But thankfully, because he didn't, when my turn does come around, I'm able to bounce that Lekis back to my hand with the Lunamon that's in my raising area. So, small victories. But yeah, he starts setting up his Tamers pretty early. Starts digging through the deck, finding things that are going to be useful. So yeah, go ahead and put stuff underneath. Go to 3, move up, bounce the hand, gain 2. Now I'm at 5. Woohoo! Use 2 of that. All right. Tuck back underneath, gain 2 more. Tap, gain 1 more. Go to 6. Effect a Sunmon for 1. Draw a card. I'm just trying to dig here at this point. I'm not finding anything useful that I absolutely need. It's just a bunch of slop, which is funny because the Bandai name that I use is Slop in a Box. Funny inside joke about current Digimon TCG product. Something, insert joke here. I don't know. Slop in a Box. But yeah, that's what it really felt like. I was just playing slop that came out of a box during this game. Having to hard play stuff is no bueno. Um, but without doing it, I get further behind each turn, and that's not fun. Especially when I'm looking at 3 bodies on field, I need to start putting up blockers. So that's one of the nice things about Leopardmon Ace, just being able to put blockers on field as soon as it hits the field. It's gonna turn itself into a blocker, or I mean, it's gonna turn everything to a blocker, really. That's level 3 or higher. So yeah. Um, obviously see here gaining the 2 memory and pushing our opponent back down to 1 memory. Pretty good. Not much else to say about it. We know we have the Lunamon to be able to bounce something back, gain 2 memory, always good. Knowing that we can get to 5 memory if that stays on board. That is something to think about when you're playing against this deck in general, not just Leopard Loop. Allowing something to stick is not cool. So yeah, we see it gets suspended. Doesn't really do anything else. We don't really care that it can't unsuspend because it's just going to bounce itself, gain 2 memory, and then 2 from the Leopard Ace. We're going to use that to go ahead and evolve and draw cards because we need cards. We're going to go ahead and Fireball, draw 2 more cards. It's just things are not working for us at all. So yeah, we're still digging for pieces here. I believe that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to dig. And I'm realizing that he has Skull Greymon has blocker thanks to the Monochromon or whatever it's called. Gives it blocker. It's pretty cool. We see the thing go back underneath. We go, hey, swing. Surprisingly, he doesn't do anything about that. We go swing. He goes block. It dies. And it plays out. It plays out. Oh, look at that. It plays out the Garurumon. Tucks. He strips the Ludomon. We go, alright, whatever, dude. Play another one. He goes to 3. We're going to activate the effect. Play Ludomon. Ludomon's going to tuck itself. Look at top card. I'm going to play Ludomon, and we're going to tuck it because we need to get more cards. The Leopardmon's going to see that. It's going to give us 2. It's going to put him to 1. Pretty neat. And that's what I do like about this deck too, is that you're still able to put your opponent to 1, even if they have a memory tamer, which is cool. I mean, that feels more fair than just completely looping. And I think the problem really comes from having more than 1 Leopard Ace. And I mean, obviously people are going to say it's the Sayo and Co, which I agree with, but you know, there's too many loops. But I don't feel like if it was 1 Leopardmon and then you could do that Sayo and Co thing, nobody really would care. Putting your opponent to 1 wouldn't matter that much. So yeah, here's the nice thing about that. I lost that because I couldn't finish off game. I couldn't find ways to put blockers on board. His turn. Yeehaw, everything kind of sucks. So we go to game 3, and game 3 is really great. So we'll go ahead and get into that. Yeah, so game 3, he had a hand, and I was like, you'll mulligan that hand. You won't mulligan that hand. I kid you not, that's exactly what happened. And then the hand that he picked up was doo-doo garbage. So Reggie. Ruh-roh, Reggie. We're not having a good time. So it allowed me to get a lot of advantage. Now I know people are going to say, oh, well, that means the deck's not good if you have to goad your opponent into it.
I'm not really. It's all fun and games, you know. Um, I think this deck has a very competitive chance under uh, the current format, the current meta. So I'm not really concerned about, you know, a joke here or there with the opponent, and you know, so it is what it is. Able to draw cards here. Galmon or Galgamon, right? Very, very good. 2 cards for evolving. Sometimes it costs 1, sometimes it costs nothing. Um, Sometimes it costs 2, but you know, whatever. Gonna go ahead and say, hey, guess what? You're not playing. You're not suspending that Digimon. I play a Ludomon. Go ahead and draw. One thing I do a lot though, that I noticed is I don't see here. You can actually see me target the analog boy or analog youth. But one thing I forget a lot with the new stuff is that, or Lunamon specifically, is that it draws a card. It doesn't do anything with your memory, and I forget that, and it sucks. So I really wish I didn't have to play it, but being able to search things is so important in this deck. So there's no way I'm not going to play it. Go figure. So we see him trying to search and find things out here as quickly as possible, because he knows he's behind, and he's doing as much as he can here to get back into the game. I'm going to go ahead and evolve into I think his name's Phyramon, right? Putting stuff underneath, drawing a card. I'm looking for as much as I can. Oh, no. It was the Tamer. My bad. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. And I'm going, man, I don't have a way to do stuff. And then I go, oh, I just play the Ludomon, tuck it underneath, look at top card, I gain a memory. Now I'm at 0. Well, now what do I do, right? And I decide, I'm just going to play the Silent Code because I need to. Does the thing, puts the opponent at 1. Yeehaw, right? 1 is better than 3. Give your opponent 1 is better than giving them 3. I don't care if I can't do the loop at the moment. It's not that big of a concern. He's going to go ahead and de-Digivolve here, which is fucking annoying. But again, it is what it is. Gets 4 memory off it. He goes back to 1. It's not the end of the world. We know that we picked up another one, so as long as the Crescimon sticks on the board, it's fine. As long as the Lunamon sticks on the board, it's fine. Even the Lunamon, it doesn't matter if it sticks on the board, because we got the Coronamon coming up. And even though we can Ko and Sayo to put the Coronamon at the bottom and the Sunmons there, we can evolve for free on top of the Crescimon into a Leopardmon Ace. Cool. The Sunmon will die because it's a level 2, can't stay around. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Like I said, don't be afraid to sacrifice your pieces. You're going to have a lot of pieces sooner or later anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. So we see, he looks, he goes, okay, not bad. I want to remove some stuff out from underneath you. I want to remove your Ludamon and something else, you know. Not too bad. We're going to tap tuck. See, there it is. But he left that on board, so we got the level 4 on there now instead of level 3. Pretty cool. We get to play a thing. You go, not bad. And I think I'm looking for a Ludomon here is what the deal is. So, you know, I'm looking. I go to 3, you put him at 3, say, yeah, I found it. Put it underneath. We get top card gain, you know. He knows the drill by now. I don't really have to explain. He just gets to sit there and he goes, oh, yep, this sucks, you know. Now, like I said, everyone was okay with this, just because they knew it was all in good fun. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of people there. It was just 6 people. So everybody just had a really good time just trying to, you know, outspeed the Leopard. So, yeah. At this point, I believe I'm consistently going to 10, which is cool. Here I'm able to just kind of bottom deck everything in my deck and then strip all his sources. I'm going to go ahead and swing, unsuspend, bottom deck. I say, yeah, okay. I'm here looking again to see if I have the hammer spark, but I don't, so it's whatever. Swing, unsuspend, bottom deck, swing, say yep, swing, say yep, it dies, and then say swing and swing for game. But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. You know, like, comment, subscribe, all the normal stuff.
And
And
by bet,
yeah, from
I would
Tacos,
Leopard.
see
walk
you
your ass.
next time.